Even though the competitive nature of sports keeps it interesting to watch, there are still some moments in which we can't help but laugh. During an NBA game, LeBron James managed to get away with probably one of the most obvious travels, and his opponent was in complete disbelief. Okay, I have no clue what this rugby player was thinking, but at a rugby D2 division, one of the players got a little too excited after scoring and decided to lift up the referee to celebrate. And well, he immediately got red carded. Despite almost every sport watcher looking down at flopping, sometimes it can be funny. When two footballers flopped at the same time, things got awkward. Sometimes once you start something, you have to finish it. When Thomas Bryan made an outrageous flop, he was already too invested and decided to roll himself basically half the court.
Roll, bot. Just keep going, Thomas. Go right to that rule. Hey, roll, bot. Roll in.
At a football game, a very WTF moment happened when one of the players started going in the opposite direction, so his teammate had to tackle him to stop. Okay, not sure what happened with Manny Pacquiao here, but when it was time to do a face-off, he got confused and faced the ring girl instead. Contrary to popular beliefs, microphone can pick up audio from a good distance. When NBA player Nikola Jokic tried getting his microphone closer, he actually broke it, and his reaction was priceless. A fighter who wasn't taking the fight seriously decided to taunt his opponent by doing push-ups after being knocked down. And well, it cost him the fight. During a football match, when Ibrahimovic was discussing with the referee, an opponent was approaching to join the argument, and apparently Ibrahimovic didn't like it. Sometimes a game is already tough before it begins. A funny moment to watch is a school's football team struggling to break the banner before the game. It's no secret that Mike Tyson is known for being pretty intimidating, with his nickname even being Iron Mike, due to the intense force in his punches. When UFC owner Dana White and Mike Tyson were on a private jet together, Tyson decided to pull a small joke on Dana.
Hey, come on, move it. You want? I like this seat. I like it better.
In a very bizarre moment, the man in the chicken costume decided to challenge Barney to a dance-off, but it didn't take long for him to realize he made a mistake, so he ended up admitting defeat. At an intense moto race, one of the racers thought it was over, so started celebrating. And in an unusual turn of events, there was actually one lap to go. An awkward moment for a reporter and a football quarterback happened after a game-loss interview, when the reporter didn't realize she wasn't on mute and criticized the player's mustache.
They played a really good game.
Poor Trevor needs to shave his stash.
Please mute if you're not speaking.
Even though foldable seats help make the space more efficient, it can be a struggle if you get up for a short amount of time. Virtually all UFC fighters are avid watchers. A funny moment to watch happened when John Dodson took a selfie with the Octagon girl at the weigh-in.
Last fight was against Demetrius Johnson for the belt. He'll be looking to get back to his winning way.
In one of the most mysterious moments in football, somehow the ball ended up going inside the netting. But when watching the live footage in slow motion, it still doesn't make sense how it happened. But for a moment, the referee still gave the goal to the other team. Despite Anthony Davis being 6'10", he still got taunted by 7'4" Boban Marjanovic.
Because you don't see a steady dive. How about that? That was pretty. He can't even jump and knock the ball out of Marjanovic's hand.
When one of the footballers made a dive so outrageous, it even made the opponent laugh. If you've never played baseball, the ball coming your way can be scary. A funny what could go wrong moment happened when Kris Jenner tried batting for the first time and completely failed at it.
Mom, are you...
A hilarious moment at a baseball game happened when the commentators were commenting on some fans that were more into their phones than the actual game itself.
Locked into her phone. Every single one is dialed in. Welcome to parenting in 2015.
During overtime at an NBA game, a very bizarre moment happened when Dwayne Wade's shot bounced on the rim and got stuck on the back iron at a crucial time in the game.
Play happened before in basketball games, but in this moment, with Dwayne Wade and with all of this on the line, the ball ends up sticking.
Sometimes we have to take advantage of an opportunity that was presented. When a footballer fell into the stand, a fan acted very quickly and took his camera out to take a picture. It's no secret that Steph Curry is one of the best basketball players in the world, but an embarrassing moment in his career happened when he went for a slam dunk and failed, and proceeded to try a three-pointer. After one of the boxers managed to get a knockdown, he got a little too excited when celebrating, and almost fell off the ring. Making a dive so close to the goal can be risky, because if the referee notices you, it can put your team in a bad situation. One of the players from the team in yellow decided to make a risky dive, instead of kicking the ball out of his area, and the outcome wasn't too good. Ronaldinho, who is a football legend, was once given by a referee a red card, which basically means you're kicked off the game. But the funny thing is that the referee actually meant to give him a yellow card. After an amazing win in Game 5, LeBron James' teammates were nice enough to cool him off during an interview. It's no secret that sports and superstitions kinda go together. Apparently, NBA player Kyrie Irving has a pre-game ritual in which he burns sage before the game. A bizarre WTF moment at a UFC weigh-in happened when one of the security guards didn't want to give the wrong impression by watching the fighters, but completely failed. A hilarious moment at a post-game interview with James Harden happened when Kevin Hart crashes the interview and made a small dance in the background, and neither the reporter or James knew what he was doing.
I had to show him up a little bit, but it's all love, and like I said, they're really...
In a women's football match, a very embarrassing moment happened when one of the players missed what was basically a free goal. Famous NBA player James Harden got very frustrated during the game, and then accidentally hits himself with the ball, and the reaction of the guy blocking him was priceless. A very awesome moment to see is a trampoline artist who had a bad landing in the previous jump, managed to land perfectly the second time. It's a tradition before football matches to play the team's anthems. A WTF moment that made everyone laugh happened when there was an audio mistake, and they played the wrong audio. Novak Djokovic, current world's ranked #1 tennis player, made a bad decision when he decided to let a peer try to hit a can off his head. He was invited to play one round of tennis with Roger Federer. Sadly for the kid, he kinda panicked and couldn't make the ball past the net. But it's still a moment he won't forget. A kind of bizarre interview during a big football game in a college town happened when one of the fans being interviewed pulled out a broccoli from her pocket out of nowhere.